Let's talk about the market picking up again. Certainly a good thing for the market. What for you is driving this rebound, Rotimi?
Good afternoon. What we saw yesterday and day before yesterday, I will term it as a isolated mandate being perfected, in the sense that the selling pressure came from very few stockbrokers who are given mandates to sell certain stocks at all costs within a certain price. And for what we saw yesterday, we seen some level of recession coming back to the market in terms of the pressure that was on. So for today, we saw some prices going up to reenact the fact that, yes, indeed, the market is strong enough with fundamentals to withstand whatever pressure that comes its way. But for what happened in the last 2 days, I see nothing out of place. And maybe the rebound that we are seeing today is something that is very much expected.
So, go ahead.
In that respect, I believe strongly that there is still so much belief in the market, and even for the first bank that has been dropping significantly, the price that it is now at 15 naira is quite a very good buy, and that is why you are seeing investors resisting that price from going lower than that more than proportion is.
I mean, I'm curious. You certainly have a good outlook for the market, but some brokers are saying what we're seeing right now is sort of a price correction for some of those stocks that were overvalued, especially when we look at stocks like Nestle. That stock actually was down about 48 naira yesterday. What is your take on this point of view?
Well, the position I always maintain concerning Nestle Food is that the investors that buy more of this stock see it more as a store of value. And that is why they can afford to buy the stock at over 600 naira. And for what we saw in the last 2 days, whereby, especially yesterday when they lost over 48 naira, I think in that, concerning that transaction, is since the market has a capacity to lose up to, for that particular stock, to lose more than 5% of its share price in a day, I believe it's still something that is within the region that is acceptable. And for what we saw today, for us to be able to say it's a price correction, I think we should look closely at the fact that if we watch that particular stock in the next 1 week, and we see it coming down rather than going up the way it did today, then we can actually say it's a price correction. Taking, for instance, again, in another stock like Nigerian breweries. Nigerian breweries had gone as high as about 138 naira. All of a sudden, we saw the price coming down to about 122. And right now, the price is back at about 135. So I believe if you say price correction, it may not really be the right thing to say for now, except if you watch that particular stock for another 1 week.
Right, and certainly you were talking about First Bank earlier. You were saying it's a good buy right now because we've seen that stock coming down. Why are we seeing so much selling pressure in First Bank?
Well, I believe every investor that buys into a particular company has a reason for doing so. And if there is any need for any particular investor to sell whatever he has to be able to meet some financial obligations, then it is nothing that it only comes once in a while, and it lasts for a few days. I bet with you strongly that even if it continues tomorrow, by about Friday, we will have seen the selling pressure on especially First Bank receding and fading out.
And very quickly, I mean, we heard that Nestle announced an interim dividend today of about 1 naira 50 kobo. Tell us a bit more about this, very quickly.
Yeah, the interim dividend of 1 naira 50 kobo declared today is with respect to the 9 months audited report. And I believe they just believe that is a palliative to their various investors, and it's something that has usually been done. Normally, the interim dividend comes after the audited 6 months report. But this time around, we are seeing it coming for the 9 months. But I think it was well welcome, although it's very small compared to the share price of that particular stock. But at the same time, it witnessed a positive response from the market today.
Okay, and in just a few words, Rotimi, what is your outlook when it comes to MPC and inflation?
Well, if the inflation continues to rise, there is no way it will not impact on the market negatively. But I believe the CBN and the Minister of Finance, they are working day and night to ensure that
do you think we're going to see easing or tightening this time around?
Do I think what?
Do you think we're going to see easing or tightening coming out of the CBN this time around?
I don't really foresee that. I believe there may be a drop in the MPC, and if such happens, then it will impact on the market more positively.